Hey, what's up, everyone? Matt Montanez here again. I'm just going to talk about something real quick, just a quick engineer tip, how I accomplished the problem I was having on this record. And actually, it wasn't like a super crazy problem, but it's just the way how we recorded it. On this song's done by my good friend Chizzy Stephens, super talented singer, songwriter, well, artist, singer, rapper, producer, songwriter, and this is his song Prototype. And the thing about Prototype is we recorded this at a beach house in Malibu, and I took my gear. We used an Audio Technica 2020. We used my Apollo 8. Then I just, used my chain to really get the vocals down. So we did that, but then when we finished, he decided to re-record vocals later at his studio. And he has Neumann U87. I think it was going into an Apollo, maybe a Focusrite. And so those two microphones sound completely different, right? You got an Audio Technica 2020, which is $79, $99 microphone. It's super entry level. And then you have the U87, which is a Neumann $3,000, $4,000 microphone. And I'm gonna play the two spots here. So he recorded the second half of verse 2 at his studio, and then he recorded the first half with me on my gear.
Doing the cool, just so you can flex. We do what we do, we running the check. Crazy, sexy, cool, and confident. You compliment the swag. Got me going crazy lately, baby. Got me in my bag. You ain't with the games, that's why I mess with you. Got me doing things you know I wouldn't do. Thinking about a ring, cause you stay down, yeah. I don't wanna wait now, yeah. Let me slow down now, yeah. Doing.
So as you can hear, there is of course a slight tone change, and it's really because he's going from like a rap with a bunch of layers to basically a single voice where he's singing. So of course that's gonna have a tone change, but they were dramatically different, and I will show you that now. So I'm gonna bypass these two plugins, and let's play that same section.
Doing the cool, just so you can flex. We do what we do, we running the check. Crazy, sexy, cool, and confident. You compliment the swag. Got me going crazy lately, baby. Got me in my bag. You ain't with the games, that's why I mess with you. Got me doing things you know I wouldn't do. Thinking about a ring, cause you stay down, yeah. I don't wanna wait now, yeah. Let me slow down now, yeah.
So that time you can actually hear how super bright his vocals are. And that's because the U87 is a super bright mic. And of course the AT 2020 is like, low end sounding. It has a boost in the highs, but it's not going to give you that clarity and brightness. And it sounds even more exaggerated because you're coming from low endy, that voice with the low end versus one with a lot of clarity. So this is what I did to fix that. I tried a couple of different things. I tried a bunch of different tone plugins and things like that. They just didn't cut it. Why not? Let's just go to the basics. So boom. First plugin that I added was the EQ37 7-band. It did what I needed to do. So I'm going to fast forward here so you can see what I did. So I was like, okay, the AT 2020 has a lot of low ends compared to the Neumann. So that's what I did. I boosted the low end like crazy, not rolling off anything. And I rolled off actually the highs and just pulled out what I didn't like, which was like real harsh to the ear. And let's just play that transition.
Me going crazy lately, baby. Got me in my bag. You ain't with the games, that's why I mess with you. Got me doing things you know I wouldn't do.
And I was like, okay, that sounds a lot better. Doing this boost, cutting these highs and mid highs there. And I was like, okay, it's not doing it close enough because I just needed it to get close. So I brought in another EQ37 band. And these are the stock plugins with Pro Tools. So pretty much if you're in Logic, you're in Studio One, you're in even Harrison Mix Bus, you can just use the stock EQ and do this, just use two EQs. This time I rolled off the low end because I had too much now. So it's like, okay, let's take out some of the junk I don't need. And then let's take out some of the muddiness that's going on. And then I just pulled out a little more of those mids there. As you can see, it's at 2 kilohertz, and I just took out 2 dB. And with both these plugins, it made it match enough where it was able to work for the record. I didn't need to pack on my gear, head to the studio, or even meet up with them anywhere and try to record them. He was able to do it at his spot. No matter how different the microphone sounded, we were able to get it to match enough.
Then you compliment the swag. Got me going crazy lately, baby. Got me in my bag. You ain't with the games, that's why I mess with you. got me doing things you know I wouldn't do. Thinking about a ring, cause you stay down, yeah. I don't wanna wait now, yeah. Let me slow down now, yeah.
And I'm not saying it's a dead on match, but it's enough to work because you can hear in the two performances. The first one, he sounds real up close to the mic. The second one, he sounds quite a bit further. I'm going to say about a foot away from the microphone. So it's going to be very hard to match those two tones just because of that. First half, he has the natural low end in his voice. The second half, he has no low end because he's just further back from the microphone. But we're able to get it to work. We liked it. It worked out for the record. And well, it's out and everybody's enjoying it. Can't complain. He's happy. I'm happy. And well, the record's doing really well. But anyways, that's the trick today. That's what I did. If you need to do anything like this, like I said, just throw up the stock EQs and try to work with that. You don't need to pull out these fancy plugins that's saying it's going to match tones or try to do any weird harmonic things. Just try EQ first before you do anything. And a lot of it has to do with cutting first and then do the boosting as needed. All right, everyone. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget, like, share, subscribe, and don't forget to check out my app Audio Coach. I partnered with Chizzy with that app. Check out Chizzy, subscribe, follow him. He puts out videos on production, on how he did stuff for like Justin Bieber. I think he did a Chris Brown one as well. So check those videos out, and don't forget, keep creating music.